Hello, gorgeous souls. Today's reading, we are going to look at your next glow up. My intention for this is that it's one that's like right on the horizon for you, sometime within the next week of seeing this, if not already starting to kind of feel it. So we're going to pick 3 piles for you guys to choose from. And I'm going to keep these face down, partially because I just love the back of the deck a lot too. Okay, so those are the 3 piles. I'm also going to place some stones on them to sort of differentiate, to bring help. So pile 1 is orange chalcedony. Pile 2, we have Dalmatian jasper. And pile 3 is sort of like a white agate stone. Okay, so feel into those 3 piles. If you need to pause, feel free to do so. If you are feeling extra glowy or something like that coming in, feel free to pick multiple piles. You can pick 1 or all 3, whatever is feeling right to you. When you are ready, timestamps will be in descriptions, and I will see you in your readings. Hello, pile 1. You guys picked the orange chalcedony, and your card is Ganesh. Really, really positive, beautiful card. I'm just going to read from the guidebook. It's a yogic path. The message about Ganesh: God of new beginnings and remover of obstacles. You are at the beginning of a new venture that is going to bring you great joy and success. Ganesha has been removing the roadblocks placed before you, granting you a smooth transition into this very moment. These roadblocks do not exist outside of you, however. They are the vrittis, fluctuations of the mind, represented by his vehicle, the mouse. When you calm your wavering mind, you are able to overcome any obstacle. Ganesha will continue to bring you good luck, success, and harmony with the sweets of Ananda, the sweets of Ananda, the awareness of your true consciousness as bliss. And I just also really love this image. Look at that explosion of flowers and the dance that this elephant god is in. It just does feel bliss, that state of bliss that does tend to kind of, help melt away any kind of obstacles. So the glow up you're coming into is, roadblocks disappearing, coming into a greater sense of bliss and positivity and feeling of new possibility, new potential, new paths opening up to you in life. Okay, we are going to get a resonance card as well for you. Filling this one. Soul, look at that match of colors, that's really cool. The energy of soul activates our connection to the part of us that is closer to the higher realms, God or the divine. I just think, you're really getting in touch with your own divinity, and it's really lightening up your spirit. It is bringing you into a much more trusting, light, blissful state that naturally just allows life to start flowing. So where things were frozen before or blocked before, it's like your own energy that you're glowing up into is the very thing that just sort of helps you to see that there actually are no obstacles. All you want or new roads ahead are very accessible, very open. You maybe just needed to come into the right state to see it. And in general, you being with the soul card, very in touch with your soul and what your soul wants, and that may be helping you to get out of mind and thinking too much about what do I even want in life, and just being in this state of soulfulness, of divinity and bliss, just like that, clarifying things so immediately and simply. Then we also have field mouse success. Believe in yourself and dare to dream big. Yeah, so maybe some of that roadblock energy is because you have big dreams and you're like, who am I to have that happen? Or that's going to be like climbing Mount Everest, or I'm scared to start, or I'm scared to even succeed. But just, I don't know, just an ease coming into you, you starting to listen to, be in, and trust your soul. And that just kind of naturally taking you to success. It's like you don't even have to try anymore. All those mental projections of how hard it would be to get there, or difficult it might be to actually succeed and be in a place of like getting what you want, not actually being scary to be in that state. And seeing that if you can just believe in it and believe in the ease of it, like when you have a clear vision coming from that higher place, it just comes. It's just natural. Yeah, very cool. Okay, let's get a few tarot cards in relation to this. Let's ask a question. I'm feeling the need to be more specific with the tarot. Maybe first, what is one thing you need to know to really invite this glow up in, that you know that would help you to step into this glow up more easily or more immediately? So let's get maybe 2 cards around that. 8 of Crystals, 8 of Cups. Interesting. That does feel like there's something you're needing to leave behind, some belief. Twofold. You're needing to leave behind a belief that everything requires really, really, really hard work. That everything requires you to be perfect, which you never quite find. You can always improve upon, right? So needing to let go of this thing of like this never-ending cycle of further and further and further perfecting something. Secondly, and this may only be for some people, I think that first message is probably for everyone, but the second one only if it resonates for you. There may be some work type of path you're on already that isn't aligned to your soul, that you're all, you would know this. Me saying it, you'd be like, yeah, that's simply a confirmation. Some kind of work you're already doing that you've been thinking about leaving that doesn't feel aligned to your soul. If that resonates for you, walking away from that will help you get to this Ganesha. Okay, next, let's do a couple tarot cards around what, I don't know if I really want to go further into the success because I feel like that's going to be very individual. So maybe just like how beyond just being in this more connected to soul and bliss state, how is it going to feel to step into your success more specifically than just kind of elation and ease? Queen of Swords and 5 of Crystals. Yeah, that to me, it's interesting. I'm like looking at these orbs in the 5 of Crystals that are kind of in this wonky line. They're not a straight line, which sometimes that doesn't, I love a curved line too. But there's something coming through with like the Queen of Swords where there is some kind of like alignment. And it's like, it will feel for you as if you've moved off some detour you've been in into your right alignment. And with this also being a Queen and Swords, like really coming into your right state of mind, clear state of mind, and confident state of mind. There's a, like a beautiful nurtured sharpness coming through here, and just clear. There's just a clarity. And I think the detour path, you're not going to resent or feel like, oh, I wasted time. You kind of had to do the detour. You sort of had to curve off of alignment to change and get more in touch with your inner values and go through kind of a transformation of values. Sometimes we have to take the meandering path, right, to like really get something. And so it wasn't for naught, but that could have felt like a time, like coming from a time of feeling some scarcity because you were doing a lot of weird value shifts, which creates a lot of weird value issues externally too. But the glow up you're coming into, it's like everything's coming back into alignment and you're very clear and sharp in a gentle way, in a nourished way. Yeah, like about where you're going, what you want, what you're worth, your confidence, your power, all of it. Very cool, very beautiful. Okay, I love that glow up for you guys. If this resonated, I always appreciate support, which you can do in very simple ways with likes, shares, subscribes. Always grateful for kind and thoughtful comments as well. If you are interested in astrology, just a side note, I do put out an astrology newsletter. There's a link in the descriptions to subscribe to that if you want some astro insight into things like the month ahead or a new astrological season or, full and new moons or when a planet shifts a sign, that kind of stuff. So go check that out if you would like. But thank you for being here. Hopefully I'll see some of you at the newsletter. To all of you, have a beautiful glow up, and I will see you in future readings. Hello, lovely Dalmatian Jasper pile. You guys chose a pile with the card that was under your rock was Krishna, which is the god of compassion and love. And I'm going to read from the guidebook about this interpretation of this card's interpretation of Krishna. What does it feel like to be totally enamored, raptured, and captivated with love for the divine? This is the essence of Krishna. You have entered a time where you have realized love is something so much greater than passion between two people. Instead, it is the origin of all life, where everything blossoms. You have trusted in the greater forces of the universe, and in return it supports you with its all-encompassing arms, embracing you like stars in the sky. Continue trusting that the divine is omnipresent and that you are not only a part of the universe, but the entire universe exists inside of you. Krishna also reminds you that play is a form of prayer. Beautiful. So just like coming into, I don't know, it feels like this glow up for you just has this sense of love of life, like a light turning on inside of you that is lightening life up in general, that is opening your heart to beauty and life. And in that lightness and that openness, like a more playful spirit coming out too, but in connection with, I don't know. I mean, when you think of light, that is a very spiritual essence. So lightness, playfulness, spirit, spirituality. It's just like a beautiful flow. It's just very open. It's just a very open, beautiful, loving energy, playful energy coming out of you in this glow up. It just feels like your sense of being is coming into a glow up moment, and just like really, really feeling life, really feeling the beauty of everything. Yeah, so let's get a resonance card. Sensitivity. Yes, I love that. And this says, the frequency of sensitivity helps us open to the world of subtlety and detail while anchoring into a structural foundation, thus supporting us to become more fully multidimensional. Oh, I love this. So you know how sometimes like when you're in a very heightened state of spirituality, you can become ungrounded and it's really hard to anchor in and manifest anything from that state. This is bringing a whole dynamic in with it, that like you are finding a way to stabilize all of this light, beautiful, spiritual, playful energy you're having, and being able to do something with it to really get and make and manifest some dynamic things, some multidimensional things in your life, like really filling life out in a lot of multitudinous of ways, really giving shape, dimension, interest, playfulness. So like with that lightness and spirituality and playfulness coming in, that sensitivity too is just like really giving you like an attunement of like exactly knowing what you're feeling, what to do with it, how to hold it, how to ground it. Really beautiful. So definitely being able to take advantage of just this general sense of feeling and doing something with it because of the sensitivity you're feeling. Yeah, so look for ways of anchoring all of the beautiful energy that is going to be coming in, because it will help to give more shape to your life. Okay, let's get an animal message as well. And 35 adds up to 8. So 3 can be sort of activation and sensitivity and expression. 5 is change. And they add up to 8, which is like achievement. So yeah, you're taking a lot of expressiveness that's helping you to get in touch with an ability to create change and movement in your life. And that change and movement is really like manifesting as things that are very, I don't know, that you've had aspirations around, but it's not coming from this place of lack or this place of like, I want more from life. It's just coming from a place of playfulness of like, I'm feeling all this energy, let's do something with it. You know, just this being in the moment and present, sensitive to what is, and it naturally, you're just going to be naturally capable of doing something with that out of just a spirit of creativity, a spirit of sensitivity. And then we've got giraffe, the bigger picture. Take a step back and gather your thoughts and feelings. And I think that's what's coming through about that sensitivity, about kind of just being present to things, present to the moment, is like just this inspired, like I feel like you aren't going to necessarily have to step back and make these like big plans and dream big. I feel like that's just like these inspired knowings are going to be coming with the sensitivity and the things you're feeling, and just a creative sense of movement in you that's arising. It's just like you're just going to have these inspired knowings, these already big picture knowings come into you, and being like, oh, I could take what I'm feeling here and the creativity I'm feeling called to express, and that actually could, or will, you just know it, like will do this for my life in the big picture of things. So I don't feel the giraffe in the sense of like you're going to have to step back from that energy and do some like real thinking and planning around what to do with it, because it kind of takes you out of it. But it's just like these inspired knowings that have a big picture already integrated in them, in the knowings. So it's very beautiful and much more profound as it went along, you know. As we moved along from card to card, it got like weightier and weightier, not in a sense not taking away that lightness, but like more potent, I should say, as this went along. Like, oh, this isn't just sort of like a mood that's here for a minute, you know. It's like, oh, something's really going to come from that mood though. Something big picture, something, yeah, that gives all sorts of new kind of shape to your life, just being in the moment, not, yeah, just coming from a pure place. Okay, tarot cards. In the first pile, I got some specific, I felt the need to ask specific questions. I'm not feeling that here. I just kind of want to pull some tarot cards and see what comes for you guys. Serenity, beautiful. Perspective. Oh, it's very spiritual energy, very spiritual energy. Knight of Crystals, that's giving that shape. That is being able to take action and give shape to things that are so inspired. And Five of Wands. I have to think about that one or feel into it really. Let me push these up a little. Okay, so it just feels like you're really coming into a positive, beautiful alignment within yourself, just feeling all of your channels unblocked, flowing, connected, and that's helping you to be able to really let go and drop into your heart. And then that heart is giving you a whole new perspective, a whole new sensitivity, bliss, lightness, and perspective about things. And it's like, I do feel like a very specific vision comes in that you're going to feel like immediately this knowing and motivation to do something with, of like what it's supposed to do, like what you're supposed to do with this. Having the energy, the drive, and the knowing, the focus, and the dedication to do something, with kind of these visions that are coming in. Five of Wands. That's such an interesting image too. I'm really like very drawn to the image for some reason versus like what the title of the card is. I mean, it's interesting coming under the draft because I do sometimes, the way that Five of Wands feels to me is like strategy. And that sort of feels present here, like strategizing something, thinking through something, and then we did have that step back and get your, thoughts and gather your thoughts and feelings. This is giving a little more weight to that. I still feel like you're just going to receive knowings. And maybe that's what it is. It's like you come into this lightness and alignment and this openness, and it does give you this vision, and you have like a knowing of what to do with that and a dedication coming through around that of like how to give, how to use what you felt in the vision that came in, how to use that and what to do to give more dimension to your life, and this drive and energy to be able to do so. But it's like maybe you do still, even though it's like all there, it is sort of staying like at the same time, even though you have the knowing, you know exactly what to do, you have a very clear vision, still take some moments to breathe once it's all come in, once that download and this glow up is really assimilated within. Still take a moment to like think think it through, think how it's going to affect everything. Gather up, your thoughts and feelings. So it's like at the end of the road, before you kind of take the initiative to start putting action toward the vision that's coming with this glow up, I feel. It's like that vision is still big picture. And so maybe gather those thoughts and feelings and create some, smaller, what are the first 5 steps you're going to take that will help you initiate that path to the big vision. So it's like thinking through some of the details, I feel like. Right, yeah. But she feels, it feels clear. These are the, it's like the steps will be clear to you. What you need to do will be clear to you. It's very easy. It's straightforward, but it's still worth kind of finding some, some time spent focusing on a few details on, this is like initially it's the forest from the trees, getting the big vision. And once that's all in there, and I think you still have the sense at least of like what to do to get there, but it's like once that's there, do take a minute to get into the trees and find that breadcrumb path through the forest to be able to get to the point where you summit a mountain and see the whole forest and aren't in the forest. So like, what are the first few steps, the first few breadcrumbs to start moving on this path? Because it does feel like some kind of vision coming through for you, some new target, some new goal as a result of this beautiful lightening up and opening coming through you. Really, really gorgeous. Okay, gorgeous glow up. I hope this resonated. I wish you good luck with it. If it did resonate, I always appreciate support with likes and shares and subscribes. Always grateful for kind and thoughtful comments. Excuse me. As a side note, if you enjoy astrology, I do put out an astrology newsletter. There's all sorts of things I put out with that month ahead, new astrological season, new and full moons, planets changing signs, all the things. So a lot of content there too. So I hope I see some of you guys over on that. There's you can subscribe to it with a link that's in the description. And just good luck with this glow up. I hope it's really beautiful. It feels profound, and I wish you the best in coming into some kind of vision and beauty and lightness coming into you. All right, see you guys. Hello, pile 3, my white agate pile. Welcome to your glow up reading. The card under your stone was Kriya. And that's just that just feels beautiful. That just feels like a glow up in the image itself. Just take that image in, right? That's the glow up coming for you. That's how it feels. Okay, but I'm going to read from the guidebook, A Yogic Path, about Kriya for you guys. And it means effortless flow. Life feels like a river that you are graciously floating down with ease. You are on the path to your dharma, highest purpose, and doors are opening for you. One connection leads to another, and things are moving at high speed. Kriya. Don't feel overwhelmed. This is how life is meant to be experienced. When you are in Kriya, everything requires far less effort. The universe is propelling you in the direction of your dharma and providing you with assistance to fulfill the very important role you play. You no longer have to push, but rather can surrender to the greater forces at play. Keep up the flow and don't lose sight of your greater goal, uplifting the vibration of this planet. Yeah, you're just like in it. It's like you're not even wishing for a glow up or for things to happen or hoping for life to change, but you're just like in this state that's very connected, that's in a very, it's like you've caught a current and you're just unfolding as the current unfolds and just letting and allowing life to be. And that current happens to be a very auspicious one that is, bringing all sorts of openings into your life, all sorts of, new possibilities, new openings, new invitations, new paths. And it's just flowing. It's like you're not seeking it. You're not in the state of want. You just happen upon it because you're in such like a meditative space that's so peaceful. And it's just taking you straight to all the things. Yeah, it's very beautiful. Okay, let's get a resonance card too. This one wants to flip out. Intuition. Okay, let's read that one. The energy of intuition supports our ability to conceive the subtle language of the realms beyond the three-dimensional reality. Yeah, it's just like knowings. You're just like really surrendered. You've really kind of let go of having to overthink things or feel things. You're just in a knowing, you're in a current, you're trusting, you're allowing. You're in such a peaceful state that you've caught like a peaceful flow. And that flow is one that just has access, right? It's just, it can touch anything because it is so peaceful. And so like any possibility your heart sings out with just responds back. But I don't even think you're seeking anything. It's just the state you're in is just naturally opening things to you. And part of that ability to just trust, because sometimes that can be a frightening thing to just like open up and trust and flow and allow. That can be a very vulnerable thing, but it's like your intuition is on point and it has this knowing that for whatever reason, it's very safe to be in that space right now. Because you're in such a peaceful, quality is coming into you with this glow up that it's really only going to attract the beauty and peace back, right? And it's just like you understand that on an intuitive level, and it's just really allowing you to be able to let go, to be able to accept a flow state, trust a flow state, and just kind of be. Okay, let's get an animal message about this as well. Hare, strength, time to make clear decisions, bring awareness and light to the situation. Interesting. I wonder if that has something to do with what ignites this glow up. I don't know if there's some kind of situation in your life that you've had to make a tough decision. You've had to find some strength to make. This feels like the instigating factor. It's like having to channel the strength to make some decision that's hard to make, but you know your intuition is very strong in saying that you need to make this specific decision, but it's, no matter how hard that feels, and you just trusting your intuition and finding the strength to make some kind of hard decision puts you into that Kriya state, puts you into this new kind of sense of trust in things, letting go, being able to let go. Yeah. And that gives a whole new meaning to letting go and allowing and trusting and flowing. It came from a really tough decision, I think. But when you just knew you needed to make, and as soon as you did, it's just like life just started to flow again. That's what it is. I think for some of you, at least in some some category or aspect of life, it's like it's been frozen because you've been delaying or having a hard time finding the strength to kind of do something about a situation in your life that would require strength, that would require courage, that would require a decision that was hard. And so it's like as soon as you step up to that, and it could be past tense for some of you, you may already be starting to enter into the Kriya. If not, it's like, in the next week, you'll find that courage to make some kind of decision. And that area of life that was stuck or frozen, just that step you took, the decision you made in trusting your intuition, just like everything starts to flow again there. Everything's unblocked and it just feels, filled with life, filled with possibility, filled with, with this, just like a sensual ease too. Just flow. It just flow. Things are flowing again. Okay, let's do a few tarot cards around this. The first pile with the tarot, I asked specific questions. The second pile, I just kind of wanted to see what the cards wanted to do. This one, I feel called to bring insight into this flow ahead. I want to help entice you to move past the point of the decision, what lies behind, like in this flow state, what lies behind that decision point. What is this current flow state made up of for you? Like where is what is the potential it holds? King of Cups, beautiful. Some of you, it could be love. Some of you, it could be coming into a strength of your heart. Some of you, it could be coming into knowing exactly how to show up to be kind of like a harmonizing force. The heart knower. It just feels like the heart knower. The sun, lightness, beauty, alignment, positivity, success, respect. Interesting. I don't always say respect with the sun, but when I said that and then kind of looked at it next to the King of Cups, it felt that way. Respect. Interesting. Okay. Let's get two more. Six of Swords. Yes, moving on to calmer shores. Yeah, it's time to put yourself in circumstances with others, in states, in environments that are much more calm, much more you, much more beautiful, calm, harmonious. Places where you feel your sun is seen, where you feel your heart and the authority and capacity and capability it holds is utilized. That's where you're going. That's where this flow state is taking you. And last card, High Priestess. Interesting. I'd be fascinated for those of you that come to these readings as they come out. If that last reading that was put out, if you picked a pile that had a lot of High Priestess association, that would be fascinating. Let me know in the comments if that is you. High Priestess, yes, just coming into, and matching intuition up here too. Just really coming into, I feel like really respecting coming into a new sense of respect of your own inner knowings, your own intuition, really owning it, really loving it, really treasuring it, treating it right, treating it like a queen, like a king, and just feeling in your alignment. Look at all those stars aligned. Also with the moon. The stars within, the hope, the belief within, aligning with the moon and intuition and the flow of things. And just a regalness coming out of you. Treating yourself right and being treated right, holding yourself in respect and being respected. That is where this flow is taking you. So the flow state in itself is beautiful, but what that flow state is opening up to you is really powerful. Beautiful. Okay, that's where I'm going to leave you guys. If this resonated, I always appreciate support with likes, shares, subscribes. Always grateful for kind and thoughtful comments as well. Just a side note, if you are interested in astrology, I do put out an astrology newsletter with all sorts of things, lots of content in that newsletter. If you're interested in astrology, go check that out. The link to subscribe to it is in the descriptions. I hope to see some of you there as well. But in general, just, good luck with this amazing glow up. Yeah, so profound. All right. I will see you guys in future readings. Have a beautiful day.